Hey everyone, welcome back to another Master Aiden Kenobi video. Today we will be talking about Anakin Skywalker, as he has just shown up in several very emotional sequences in episodes 4 and 5. These appearances by the Chosen One has given even more excitement to the show overall, and raises many questions about how or why he is in the world between worlds and what he actually is. Ultimately, these scenes have given so much more depth to the Ahsoka show and current Star Wars in general, especially what Dave Filoni is currently working on with the culmination of the Mandalorian universe and the coming movie he is set to direct. There will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the latest episode of Ahsoka or don't want to be spoiled, I recommend waiting to watch this video until you have. Many fans have been speculating about Anakin's appearances in the world between worlds, which is one of the main parts of enjoying Star Wars and why it brings so many people excitement. So far, there have been so many speculations on Anakin, but the overarching idea is about theories, excitement, and anticipation for what he actually is and what he is doing. Also, how he plays into the overall story of the Ahsoka show and the wider Star Wars narrative taking place currently. In episode 5 of Ahsoka, we see many different scenes of Anakin with Ahsoka. These scenes were outstanding and very thought-provoking. Throughout our entire experience with Anakin in this latest episode, we see him trying to teach Ahsoka a lesson. Eventually, we see what could have been if Anakin never burned in Revenge of the Sith. But when Ahsoka bests Anakin in a duel, we realize that it was all a test. As Anakin says, "There's still some hope for you yet." Personally, I have come up with 3 different scenarios for both what Anakin is or isn't, and what he is doing in the world between worlds and the Ahsoka show, with each one providing a bit of depth and reason as to what is actually going on. Scenario 1. Anakin is not actually Anakin anymore. He has taken the place of the father from the Mortis arc of Clone Wars, and is now in charge of making sure there is balance in the world between worlds and the galaxy. I think he could be the father because the realm of the world between worlds needs a protector to make sure that there is balance in the galaxy, just as the father in Clone Wars kept balance between his 2 children. This scenario could mean ultimate redemption for Anakin Skywalker, and truly mean he has fulfilled the Chosen One prophecy. Both the Jedi and the Sith have their own interpretations of this prophecy, but I believe only the father from the Mortis arc in Clone Wars knew the extent of the true Chosen One prophecy, which was that Anakin would be brought to Mortis to be tested in order to determine if he really was the Chosen One or not. As we saw in Clone Wars, it is indeed determined that he is the Chosen One, as we see him control both the son and the daughter. In this sequence, the father tests Anakin by commanding the son and daughter to capture both Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. The children bring Anakin's friends to the father's monastery, and then Anakin is told that he must choose, and only he can make them stop. Anakin then assumes the full power within himself and forces both the son and the daughter to release his friends. He has passed the test, and we now know that he is the true Chosen One. We can determine this by the fact that when he controls both the son and the daughter, his voice echoes, much like the father's. Even though Anakin now knows he is the Chosen One, he decides not to fulfill the true prophecy, not take the father's place, and return to the known galaxy. And as we know, this ensues chaos and imbalance. Perhaps after sacrificing himself in Return of the Jedi, Anakin realized the error of his previous ways and has now taken on his ultimate responsibility of assuming the father's place as guardian and protector of the realm of Mortis, which I believe also plays into the world between worlds, as we know, because of the mural on the Lothal Jedi Temple. Scenario 2. The Anakin we see at the end of Ahsoka Episode 4 is Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker. In this scenario, it is the true Jedi and Chosen One that we have known ever since 1999. I think this would be pretty cool, but not as thought-provoking and depth-ridden as my first theory. But if he is indeed Force Ghost Anakin in the episodes, then perhaps the world between worlds is a part of the cosmic force where Force Ghosts reside. If this is true, then it could be a reason as to why the Force Ghosts we have seen throughout Star Wars so far appear randomly and only for a short amount of time. In the Mortis arc of Clone Wars, After Obi-Wan and Ahsoka are separated from Anakin, they encounter the Sun, who tells them to take shelter in a cave because of acid rain falling from the mystical sky. In this cave, Qui-Gon appears to Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon appears to Anakin later in the arc as well. Of course, this could be trickery by the Sun, but for this part of the theory, I'm going to go along with the idea that it was actually Qui-Gon fermenting himself on Mortis. As we know, Qui-Gon did not finish his training in becoming a Force Ghost / transforming himself into the Cosmic Force. So in the mortal realm of the Star Wars galaxy, Qui-Gon isn't capable of materializing his full form. Until, of course, he does in the Kenobi show, but that broke canon that George had established before Star Wars was sold. So since Dave Filoni was George's apprentice and is in full control of Ahsoka, I'm going to follow George's line of thinking for these theories. Perhaps Qui-Gon was able to materialize himself on Mortis because it is a part of the Cosmic Force. Maybe he wasn't materializing himself there even, but actually living there as an entity after death and just appearing. This could be why there isn't a blue glow around him in these episodes of the Clone Wars Mortis arc. Scenario 3. What we see at the end of Ahsoka is actually inside Ahsoka's head. I think this theory could be true, but again, not as fun or intense as the first. Perhaps Ahsoka has manifested Anakin in her mind, and this could be why he still has his mechanical hand. Perhaps they will visit past memories in her mind, which if true, could be how we get the flashbacks from Clone Wars that we just got. Then we see Ahsoka become conscious again, as we do, and she could turn into Ahsoka the White, but I still don't know if this was actually in the World Between Worlds, or if this was just a fermentation of Ahsoka's mind. We still don't know that yet. And of course we see Ahsoka the White at the end of Rebels, and she pretty much does become Ahsoka the White in episode 5 of Ahsoka, but I'm not positive if that is actually what she is yet. So you guys will have to come up with your own conclusions on what she is for now. Overall, I think all of these theories are very interesting, but my favorite definitely has to be the first one, where Anakin would have become the father. I think that this scenario would be the most in-depth and thought-provoking, and would add a whole new layer to the Ahsoka show. I also truly believe that these latest episodes have been the greatest Star Wars we have gotten since Revenge of the Sith. As I have said before, this show will continue to get better and better. Once again, well done, Dave Filoni. My guy is 100% the GOAT. Regardless of what happens with Anakin, I am very excited for the coming episodes, and I hope this show continues to make all of our Star Wars hopes and dreams come true. And that is the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and let me know what you want to see happen in the coming episodes of Ahsoka. Please also hit the subscribe button if you would like to join my giveaway that will be starting later this week. And as I have said many times, please make sure you are a public subscriber, otherwise you will not be able to join the giveaway. Thank you all for watching, and as always,